Hello, happy new day. Welcome back to this session. This is an absolutely exciting session for me as we talk about, corporate strategies, the core of this channel, the core of our strategies, just how, in my experience, how you can use corporate strategies to benefit you, to hopefully get you in position to be debt-free, financially independent, make sure that your life is in order financially only by using the strategies that these corporations are using. So one of the things I want to talk about is like a lot of times, I hear people and they're working a job and most people, and some of you have heard this statement if you think about it, there's a statement out there that most dreams are buried in the graveyard. And I totally, I agree with that statement that a lot of dreams, people die with dreams in their heart. However, if you're in this session today, if you're listening to this, then you have to know if you have breath in your body and you have a dream in your heart, you owe it to yourself and your higher power to go make it happen. And if that dream is to start a business, guess what? You could start right where you are. Most times I hear people say, I have to leave my job, then I can do my business. And I'm just a believer. There are some businesses you do have to do that. You really have to have a tunnel focus and you really have to separate the two and you have to focus on that business opportunity. However, for most people that are starting a business or a gig or whatever it may be, most people can do it right where they are. However, I just truly believe my truths. There's some things that you have to have in place. There's just some corporate strategies that you have to use. So when you do start that, you are profitable, you are advancing, and hopefully you're working yourself out of that job. And then I find some people that say they love both. They do a little, they use the job there. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm getting a little ahead of myself because this is such an exciting topic, a topic about making more income, because I want to frame this conversation. We've been talking, We've done about 2 to 3 sessions just talking about framing your mindset around debt, why debt is not good, it's not healthy for you. We've been talking about how you can put together strategies to eliminate debt, how you can really put together strategies to start saving money so that money can truly save you and help propel you towards those dreams that you have in your heart. So now that we've kind of framed that part of it, I just want to talk about, how you can use the job. And a lot of people don't look at it this way. But what a job does, it's really only designed, well, you probably have heard this saying also, a job stands for just over broke. And honestly, what it's supposed to do, a lot of times people feel that job is supposed to free them. But no, the freedom comes from you. You free yourself. The job is only there to pay you. That is it. And just know the playing field, as I often say, is never leveled when you work a job. Why? Because you are trading one of your most valuable gifts, one of your most greatest gifts from above, which is time, for money. I get it. You have to do it. However, you have to level the playing field by using their own strategy, using them so that you can advance yourself. How do you do that? With the income, here we go, with the income that you receive, whether that income is weekly, whether it's monthly, whether it's, I don't know, bi-weekly, whatever way that you get paid, however frequently you get paid, you have to assign those dollars in the right places, especially if you're going to start some type of business, some type of gig, so that you can really advance yourself. So how do you assign it? I can't do a video with talking about this. You have to have a budget. There has to be some type of budget. You have to know why, because you have to understand what's coming in, right? And you definitely have to understand what's going out. See, a lot of people understand what's going in. That's why they know it's not enough. However, they don't know what's going out. When you look at it, and this is what corporations do. See, they look at their revenue, what's coming in. They're always concerned about it, right? That's important, right? To have revenue. However, they're always combing through the expenses. They're looking at if expenses, this is what corporations do. Hopefully you're taking notes out there. If expenses are too high, irrelevant, guess what? They're working to decline those expenses. You know, they want to make sure, are those expenses on par? And that's what you have to do. If the corporations are doing it and they are out here killing it, they are winning, they're also killing dreams for a lot of people. Only because they're sitting there and they're looking at the revenue, they're examining the expenses, and guess what? They're concerned about the almighty profit. See, that's what we call an income statement or a P&L in the accounting world. See, and what you have to do, that's what honestly, that's what your budget is. You looking at your revenue, whatever's coming in, income, and you're looking at your expenses and you're trying to say, are these things necessary? If I want to start something else that's going to require additional money, then I should not be overspending in what? Maybe entertainment. You should not be overspending in what? Eating out or whatever it may be. You know what your expenses are. So how do I break this down? Number one, look at it. Corporations have income statements because they're concerned about their profit. You have your budget because you're concerned about what? Having a profit. At the end of the month, having more money than month. See, what's happening in America, why 60% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck, why high income earners making six figures are living paycheck to paycheck, is because at the end of the month, they don't have enough money. Not sure how, but they don't have enough money. So what you have to do is you have to adhere to a budget. So after you adhere to that budget, now you can see if you have extra money. Now here's the other side. What if it shows you that P&L, your P&L shows you, your income statement shows you, your budget shows you that there's not enough? Well, you have two options. You can either, like I said earlier, decrease your expenses, or you're going to have to increase your income. And most times people have to do what? Both. And in doing that, that's where the birth of your dream comes from. Because if you need additional income, who wants to clock out of one job and clock into another? And I understand there's people that have to do it. Do what you have to do so that you can get in position financially. But if you're at the point where you don't have to do something like that, now you can clock into your dream. Now you can tap into whatever has been placed in your heart that you've been holding there, and you've been thinking year after year, month after month, I'm going to do it. This is my year. Well, this is truly your year. You have to now put strategies in place to start that part-time, that business, that gig, whatever it is, so that you can generate what? More income. That is a solution. And as you generate more income, it's not so that you can spend more. You still have to adhere to what? A budget. So just like you have one for your personal life, you have to have one for your business life. This is where most people mess it up. Most people try to commingle the business with the personal. It has to be separate. Why? Because by putting it separate, you know truly how your business is doing, and you know how your personal life is doing. See, think about it. If these corporations, if they have about 5, 10, 15 plus businesses, yes, they look at them overall, but they're examining those businesses separately. Why? Because they want to know if they have to close the doors, and we see companies are laying off. They want to know if they have to close the doors on some of these businesses. The only way they know that is by looking at them, examining those financials separately. So you have to learn from them, and you have to do the same thing and examine your personal life. Examine your business budget and make sure you are on track. You are on pace to meeting those financial goals and dreams that you have. And at the end of the day, it's about profit, baby. And you have to make sure you are making a profit. Initially, you won't, but you have to get to the point of making a profit. Who does that? So you have to do these things so that you can make sure your business is making a profit. So if you're thinking about transitioning, the first step is adhere to a budget. If you don't have one, create one. ASAP. And there's tons of videos out there. I think I have tons of them on steps and planning and things of that sort. How to put it together, how to look at it. That's out there. Just do it. And then make sure in the process, again, this is in no specific order because I believe it's equally, everything I'm saying today is equally important as you are starting your journey to getting more income, freeing yourself financially. You also have to change your mindset. See, you no longer have to go into your job and you can't go in with an attitude, a bad attitude. And I know those people. I know they probably are horrible. You don't want to be around them. But just remember, this situation is temporary. And just remember that, we create who we are. Like if you're not positive, you're negative, you're going to start creating negative situations for your life. You got to know you have a plan now. So shift your mindset. Do not worry about the people, the things that are around you. Worry about changing you from the inside. And then everything from the outside it will change. I promise you. Have a shift in your mindset. Start to think like that business owner that you truly are. Don't spend time worrying about the office gossip, what's going on, what the company's going to do. All you need to be concerned about is that they pay you on the day that you're supposed to get paid. Why? Because you have goals and dreams to make happen. And that's all you're worried about. Whatever decisions they have to make, let them make. You have to make decisions for your life and your future business. So change your mindset, and hopefully that involves changing your attitude and your actions. And then I would say probably one of the last things that you want to do on this journey from transitioning from job to business is what I've been talking about in the sessions for the past week or two. You have to go after it. Go after what, Tiffany? Go after the debt. You have to free yourself from it. I'm telling you, the income is what's going to do it. But when you get that income, you have to keep that mindset. I have to pay this debt off, pay it off. It's time to become totally debt free. I know it's not the most popular thing. I know people are out here leveraging debt to go do some big things. Hey, no judgment. But for you and for most people out there, I know that most people they desire to be debt free. Most people will probably get up and quit their job today if they could. But guess what? You can. This is why the birth of this channel, this session, is because I'm just an average and ordinary person, but I've always been destined to do some extraordinary things in life. And I knew I could not do that by being in debt. This is why I freed myself. This is why almost 2 years ago, I had to pay off the home. This is why I have no month-to-month, no consumer debt. This is why I can't even tell you about the last time paying any interest on anything. If I want it, I will pay cash. Why? Because I will not be enslaved to anyone. I will not be enslaved to decisions. And when you're in that position, what starts to happen is if you're working a job and you're still there, they don't even understand you. Why? Because every paycheck that you get is a profit. And that profit can be used for your business. It can be used for your investments. And in just investing in general in your future. Most people I know never get to that point because most people are working 40 hours a week for 40 years only to receive at the end, right, which is retirement, 40% of the pay. Why? Because of the debt cycle. People are drowning in debt. These are the statistics, not mine. Just go read it. It's out there. So now position yourself. I have tons of information out there, and there's information beyond me. I'm not the only one. There's a few of us out there that we do not subscribe to interest. We do not subscribe to debt. We are living a debt-free life, a great life. No one's going to put their thumb on us. And when we get money, guess what? We are banking it. We are profiting. And that opportunity is available to you. As I said, as we began this session, if you have a dream in your heart and you have breath in your body, you owe it to yourself to go after it, to become debt-free, to just adhere to a budget, know when to cut it off. Just know when to say, hey, I've hit my budget for the month. Nothing's wrong with that. That's not uncool. What's uncool is to be drowning in debt and to be broke. That's uncool. So what you have to do is you have to put yourself in position, increase your income, make that dream happen, make that business happen, and go after it in a major way. So I thank you for tuning in to this session. I'm so excited about the next one to come. Hopefully you are too. And hopefully this message, if it's not for you, is for someone that you know. So thank you for tuning in. Have a beautiful day. Hasta luego.